Time's up, Admiral.
Here it comes.
All kids out of the pool for Adult Swim. All kids out.
Lego Lord of the Rings Balrog raised eyebrows for what some fans say is an unfortunate pose. I see it. I see it. Oh, I see it. It's taking a piss on Gandalf.
You shall not!
Before you go, one question.
Yes?
Where in the galaxy is Sanusi?
Show us your tits and I'll tell you.
There we go. All better now. Man, titties are the greatest things on Earth.
There we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Daily Dive, the Double D's, where you, the audience, are in charge. You are the masters of this ship. You direct me to pain and suffering, and I live with it because, hey, I've decided that's the way it's got to be. I hope everybody's ready for the week. It's Monday. I know. Do we really want to be doing this on Monday? Do we? Do we really? I do. I'm here for it. I'm here for whatever nasty crazy you guys have in store for me. I'm here. I got things to talk about today. I got some thoughts on things. I have upwards of, I think, actually 3 segments. I have 3 segments for myself today. You guys got to keep up then. I'm going to get to talk for three segments without any of y'all telling me what to do. So y'all going to have to change that. Y'all going to have to change that. You're going to have to work hard. You're going to have to work hard because, as usual, the rules are as they stand. $5 to order an Adam rant on anything of your choosing within pop culture, that kind of stuff. $10 to ask me a question. Adam, what do you think of this? How do you feel about that? Where are we going with this? And we'll talk about it together, go down a rabbit hole. Or for another $10, you can rent my time for video game play. 30 minutes, $10, get you 30 minutes to play a game. We're going to be doing that tomorrow night. We'll be playing House Flipper for a little while on stream. And then we'll play a game I actually want to play. So $10 for 30 minutes of my time to play games, which can be always increased during the stream, as we learned during the Outlast 2 stream, much to my ever painful reality that I had to learn. $15 to have me give a hot take on an article that I show you guys, or one of your choosing. You could be sitting on it and say, I want to hear what this dumb retard boomer has to say on this. $20 when we watch videos, and $30 to rent my time outside of the stream to watch a movie and then come back, watch a movie or an episode of television, and then come back on this very stream and give you guys a live reaction review. We call it Chat Made Me Watch This Reviews. That's what we call it now. So you guys can do that. And if you are unaware of it, you can go over to my community page, tab right now. It is Chat Choice Movies for Saturday Night Drive-In. It's the third quarter of 2025. We should have probably done this last month, but I forgot. I didn't realize. I did my poor monthly math, whatever. Go ahead, go over there, submit your suggestions for the third quarter Saturday Night Drive-In Chat Choice Movie. In about a week, we will take those suggestions. I will hand them over to a third party who has not submitted a suggestion, and they will choose 4, and then you guys will get to vote for a week on those 4, and then Jed and I must watch whatever is chosen, sometimes to our ever deep dismay. Yes, you guys know why. You guys know exactly why. Anyway, all right, so Monday. I hope you guys are having a good Monday so far. I have been doing some tedious stuff this morning that had to get done because simply put, I was the one who had to do it. No way around it. So anyway, thank you, everybody. Legatus, you are a bot. You're a bot, but you're our bot, and it's okay. We accept you for what you are. Anywho, therefore, let's take a look. See, people are still rolling in. Not much happening yet, and I it's Monday. It's Monday. People are slow, getting up, moving around. I'm okay with that. I know you guys eventually show up. Eventually, we get the show rolling. But I came prepared today because it is a Monday. I came prepared, so I have 3 things I want to talk about today. I got 3 things. We're gonna on my end. I do want to talk about stand behavior. Oh, whoa, Adam's going to talk about stand behavior. What a day that ends in Y. I know. I'm going to talk about the stand, specifically the reactions to the failure of Fantastic Four. It is a flop. It is a flop. It will lose hundreds of millions of dollars for Disney Marvel. It will. Without a doubt. We covered it yesterday on Roundtable. I have put the clip out for your viewing enjoyment. If you don't want to watch the whole stream, it's been lifted out, put down, so you can take a look at it. It's up on the channel right now. I invite you to do so when we're done here if you didn't watch the stream yesterday. Other than that, let's see. We got to talk about stand reaction to that. Then I have some thoughts on a Nintendo issue. Here's one thing I'm going to start doing, and that's 2 of my segments today. I want to really start talking more about gaming on the channel. I don't want to just leave it to video game streams. I do want to bring more game discussion. I know we do it on Roundtable more pretty often with Dre with his industry perspectives on it and thoughts on games as they're doing well or doing poorly. But I do want to do stuff that isn't just about reacting to something that's doing poorly. I want to talk about maybe some industry stuff occasionally. I also do want to react to some positivity, things that I think could be fun that I'm looking forward to. So we're going to react to an announcement of a game that I saw a couple of days ago. I'm going to watch a trailer, see how I feel about that. And at the same time, I do want to talk a little Nintendo. As someone who is not a Nintendo drone, I want to talk about Nintendo and their digital key controversy going on right now. I want to talk about that. I have an article up discussing Nintendo's reaction to it right now. So we'll go over that. So hit that like button, guys. If you're already happy, having a good time, please hit that like button. It helps. It's a little thing, and it's not hard. It's a little thing. You may think it's meaningless, but it is meaningful to hit that like button. It shows the algorithm. It shows YouTube you are engaged, and it shows you want to be here. It shows you this channel is worth being promoted through the algorithm. So go hit that like button. Hit that like button. It is very helpful. All right, so let's see. Do we have anything going here yet? No. So here's my warm-up. Let's start with my warm-up, and then we'll go into articles. Then I'll do my segment, and we'll see by then if you guys have anything you want to throw at me. So here we go. So we are now 2 weeks into Fantastic Four. Baby steps. I called it baby steps first. That was my witticism. I did it first. But we're 2 weeks into it. And last week we had the great discussion about, is it going to get any sort of good word of mouth? Because it was not received as negatively as Superman was. And here we are 2 weeks later, and it's a flop. It's a flop. The numbers are in 66% drop from week to week, 80% from Friday to Friday. And on its budget of $200 million plus likely a $150 to $200 million marketing, it needs $700 to $800 million to break even. It has only made $300 million in change right now. It's going to run out of steam very quickly and will likely fall into the window that I predicted, 450 to 550 gross when all is said and done, which means it will lose several $100 million in the end. So that being said, what do you think the reaction has been from stands? Varying things. First, they'll do the propaganda. I've got several things here. Actually, I forgot to bring them up. Give me 1 second. My whoops. I forgot to add the extra stand stuff. What things that I replied to specifically? Not so we have up for examples, but give me one moment here. Just let me bring these up as the evidence of coping, because that's what this is. This is cope beyond cope. You know how Lino says, "Sword of omens, give me sight beyond sight." This is cope beyond cope. They are coping so hard. They don't understand how these things work. And here's to show you that I've recovered enough, that I am able to heal my mental trauma from a couple weeks ago. So we have this one first from our favorite retard who mysteriously has a channel larger than mine. I still don't quite understand that. Jack. Fantastic Four box office doom posting is crazy because you'd think it made $7 the way people talk about it on here when it's doing just fine and will be profitable. Now, of course, you can see there, I educated this moron on how gross versus net works. And he's an idiot. This guy is a dyed-in-the-wool, stand, drooling, window-licking moron who probably bought his subscribers and memberships and stuff like that. Probably pays for everything in a certain way. Gets bots or funnels it into Reddit. Who knows? So this guy is a moron. He's an MCU stan. He's a DCU stan. He's an idiot. Doesn't understand it. So there's their cope. They think that gross equals profit. They're dumb. So then we move on to this guy right here. It's actually 368 million right now, and people who said this movie is going to flop are real quiet right now. Watch it make 400 million within the next 4 days. Now announce the sequel! Once again, a moron who doesn't understand how budgets and box offices work. I also explained it to this idiot. I don't know if they reply because I don't play the reply game, this and that. I drop my bomb. I walk away. So 368 million. We've been over this. The budget, it's a failure. It's a flop. Making $400 million when you need 700 to 800 for break even means failure. These people don't understand it. But this is their cope. They see big numbers, and to them, that translates as success because they don't understand the process. Then there's this one. This is the level of cope today. The obsession with the box office is killing movies and creativity. Who gives an F how much the movie makes? Studios and investors, because they pay to create a product, and an investor expects a return on their investment so they could pay themselves and pay their employees and all that kind of stuff. People need to make a living on this, whether these are good or bad movies. People have worked and they need to make a living. So you kind of need to make money. You kind of need to at least break even. So you could say, okay, at least we didn't lose our shirts. And every single MCU movie this year has lost hundreds of millions of dollars. That is the truth. So this cope of, and this is just the one example I have. I've seen many people crying on X Twitter today. Who cares about this? Then there's the other one out there. I didn't save one of these. I apologize. I didn't save one of these posts. I wasn't quite awake yet when I was scrolling by this stuff. I should have. Maybe it's time to blame the audience. They're playing that game again. Blame the audience for something doing poorly. Let the creatives cook. Let the directors cook. Let the studios cook. Why don't you understand that this shit has been cooked and it's a failure? It's exactly what I said. This is MCU exhaustion. This isn't superhero fatigue per se, but what it definitely is MCU exhaustion. We are now 8 months into the year, and so many MCU projects have flooded the market, and all of them have been monetary and creative financial disasters. All of them lost from movie to television. So when you come out and say, who gives a fuck how much something makes, it shows you don't care if the things you like, these companies, the corpos you shill for, actually make a profit so they can keep making stuff. This shows you only care about yourself and what you think. And that's fine, but acknowledge your selfish behavior. Mr. Hunter Bolding, real journalist critic for the hashtag So, MPA Press certified HCA member, content creator for movies, physical media, gaming, horror, heavy metal. Clearly, you don't understand. You don't understand how the industry you claim to cover works. That something has to be successful, make money, so that you can, as Dre would say, justify the existence of more. It's a very simple equation that you fail to understand. And all the stands fail to understand. These are why they are stands and not fans. They're selfish, programmed morons who don't understand how anything works, only care about getting social media interaction and head pats, and in the end, after that, satisfying themselves. Whereas a fan wants to share it with their fellow fan. They want things to be successful, and they can acknowledge when something sucks. So yes, I love this, and I know it sucked. It's a simple definition to decide these things. So stands are melting down. They're losing their shit, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I am here for the burning down of the MCU, and I can't wait for it to burn hotter, faster, longer, until there's nothing left, and we can move on, and in some cases, forget about it. That's what needs to happen. Forget about it. There we go. All right, we're done with that. All right, so there you go. I've shared my thoughts on that. Dude, that sucks, man. That really sucks. Man, hopefully, like you said, tomorrow they'll fix it. I mean, that blows. Really blows, dude. I mean, at least you don't need it for your day job. At least you don't need it for your day job. It sucks you don't have it for your breakdown, relaxation type of stuff, man. And if it was me, I'd be totally fucked because I need the internet for work. And at the same time, even if it goes down, I would still have my physical media to play with. I would still think, and we're going to talk about physical media in my next segment. Why physical media is important, why we should support physical media. Yeah, the whole ticket selling, that's we talked about that yesterday. We talked about all that stuff. They don't understand how it all works. They just don't. They don't. It's that simple. All right. Wow. People aren't coming in today. I'm a little surprised. I know it's Monday, and we usually at this point everybody's kind of rolled in. I guess everybody's busy. I guess everybody watch it on the replay. You're watching on the replay. I hope you're enjoying yourself. Right now it's just me, the bot, and a couple others. You're making me feel unloved, guys. I'm feeling unloved. You're not here to mock me. I wonder, do you still love me? That's the thing. All right. So with the audience not here in mass, I kind of feel like it's pointless to go over the news. It kind of defeats the purpose of giving them a chance to look at an article. So let me take a breath and let's see if I want to do my next segment. Or let's see. All right, no, I already got rid of this one. Let's kill this one. I don't want to get confused later on. A zipper blowout. So, all right, so let me get this straight, Cal. Last week your shoe fell apart in the middle of the shift, and now you had a zipper blowout. Man, is there like a gremlin on your shoulder or something right now? Is there like an angel of bad luck following you around? No internet, your shoe fell apart, and your zipper blowout. I mean, there's good and bad zipper blowouts. I mean, there's like a Sydney Sweeney zipper blowout where her copious bosom destroys the zipper and the buttons, and and then we all win. And then there's like, wow, my pants zipper broke, and I can't cover up my boys. They're open to the world, and if you're commando, that's a problem. You might be cursed. Well, all right, think about it like this. All right, here. Let's play a game. Think about it like this. What if there's a way you can pass the curse on to Dermy? Think about it like that. There must be a ritual we can perform that can pass it on to Dermy so that he suffers the curse. Because let's be honest, Dermy deserves a curse or two. All right, I'm going to do it. We're going to have a little fun. I want to have a little fun while people are coming in. Let's do this real quick. Let me do this. We have to remark. Last night, on Pseudo Chatterday. I was giving Dermy a hard time because he can't spell, but he is an idiot. He is a moron. So Dermy thought, and here's the fun. There's two parts of the story. Let's go to the first part, where Dermy he did a thing where he replied to a statement on X Twitter where it said, and I'm going to read it first before showing it to you. So, because if I show it to you, it's going to ruin the joke. It's going to ruin the joke if I show it to you first. You're offered $20 million, but you have to be chased by one animal for 24 hours. Which animal are you picking? Now, it's just a question, a cheap engagement question. And Dermy answered, a torts. I can put it on its back and win. Well, first of all, by me saying that, you understand that Dermy spelled tortoise. He meant tortoise. He spelled the Tortes. But then here's the funny part. When I went to check on it this morning, apparently Dermy replied to one of the posts that it's an undisclosed advertisement for pornography. Khan Still Day did not respond to anyone answering his question, but did reply to accounts who posted their OnlyFans links. As a result, X algorithm featured the OnlyFans links over actual replies. So Dermy replied to a porn thing. Now I replied to Dermy, as you can see, what's a torts, because Dermy's a retard. Now, having that been said, we then go to the next part of this where Dermy insisted that he spelled it right. He said that when I actually spelled it out as tortoise on live stream, Dermy said, oh, no, that's a Pokemon, this and that. So I decided, okay, I'm going to do a little research, and I'm going to find out what a torts really is. So I have done some research and discovered this is what a torts actually is. This is what a torts actually is, which I believe is now closer to a Pokemon than what an actual tortoise is. So it's Dermy, everybody. Go to X, share this out. Let it be known that Dermy's retarded. he spent all night last night insisting he spelled it right. He wouldn't let that one go. He just wouldn't. Anyway, so yeah, all right. So I got a little fun with Dermy. Dermy's a retard. Torts is not how you spell it. And Dermy replies to pornography posts. Yep. The fantastic Kel Bagman, almost. A faster, smarter Dermy. Faster, smarter Dermy. Exactly. All right. Well, I can't delay the show much longer because people aren't here. So I guess here's what we'll do. Let's do my fun segment. No, I want to say my fun segment for you guys being here, because what's the point if I'm not sharing my fun with everybody who shows up? Let's see. What do I want to do? Kind of the point of going over the news without everybody here yet, kind of pointless. So let's do I'll do my next segment. I'll do my next segment that I find interesting. All right. So we all are physical media supporters. I go out of my way to get physical media. I had to wait an extra month when I finally was able to get my hands on Lunar Remastered Collection to get my physical media copy. I could have purchased a digital copy at any time to sate my desires to get my hands on it, but I wanted my physical media. So if there is a physical media option, I will always choose that. Recently, game I'm playing right now for you guys live on stream, Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon. It's a digital copy because there is no physical copy available. There was a limited special edition when it was released, but that was like a month ago. So I'm late to the game, so I don't have a physical copy. So I must settle for a digital copy. PC gamers must settle for digital copies because Steam is the name of the game. Steam, GOG, Epic, whichever one you play off of, that's the name of the game. That's what you got. But if I have a choice as a console player, primarily, I will choose physical media. So we are in the era of the Switch 2. And Switch 2, without a doubt, has been a successful launch. It is sold and sold many units and made a ton of money. Could have made more. I still hold it could have made more with a better launch library, but that's a discussion for another time when we've had repeatedly. And what we have now, though, is a bit of a controversy because what Nintendo is doing in partnership with some third-party developers, what Nintendo is doing is they're selling you Switch 2 game cases with no disc. But here, see, look here. There's a disc in here. In Nintendo Switch 2 case or Switch case, it's the tiny little chip cartridge, the chip. But you open it up and there's nothing in there except the code. The key card is what they're calling it. And people have not been happy. Even the Nintendo drones have not been happy. Because if you're taking the time to buy it on physical media, you should get it in physical media. You really should. It's that simple. So there's been a lot of pushback, and a lot of the games that have been announced recently upcoming to expand the launch library, they're boxes with key codes. No physical copy. So you're essentially buying an empty box, which is really insulting if you ask me. So there's been a lot of pushback, and apparently Nintendo has heard the outcry, and they're putting out a survey. Nintendo survey asks your openness to digital games and offers a chance to give feedback on Switch 2 game key cards. So this survey is going out and about right now. Fresh Nintendo fan survey is asking for your opinions on buying digital games instead of box copies and offers a chance for you to provide feedback on the Switch 2's game key cards, physical cartridges, or that still require you to download the game. Game key cards have proven a controversial practice among some Switch 2 users since the console's launch earlier this year. A halfway house between physical and digital media. Okay, so I was mistaken. I thought there was just a code in there. I don't have a Switch 2. I don't know. So apparently you open it up and it's just the cartridge, but you have to download it to make it work. It's essentially the key to unlock the download. Now I understand it. That's still pretty freaking... That's bad. That is bad. You still don't own your game, which means you still... If you bought it and if your Kel and your internet was down, you put it in, you can't just play it. You have to wait to go download it. Now, of course, with all our physical copies these days, we do have to download stuff, but once we've got it, that's it. It's still the physical thing that uploads itself to the console, and you could still play it without any updates. But this thing, you can't even install it on your Switch 2 without linking to the internet. Essentially, it's a digital game. So they call it a halfway house between physical and digital. They allow collectors a chance to have a game box on their shelf, but are useless unless your consoles can internet. It's not about collecting. This is where, of course, IGN is stupid and retarded. Having a physical copy is not just about collecting. It's about owning the game where no one can take it away from you. That's what it's about. It's about owning your game. Secondary collector. Secondary to collect it. At least that's the way I look at it. So this is bad. Still, their use has become common among publishers, and smaller capacity cartridges are cheaper to use. So now it's a money thing. It's a cost thing. Now Nintendo of America has launched a new survey designed to poll the Switch 2 user base on its thoughts surrounding digital and physical games, with questions designed to probe the reasons you might consider one option over another and find out if your attitude to digital downloads has shifted over time. The survey begins by asking blah, 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 blah. I don't really care about that. We don't care how the questions go. In the end, Finally, Nintendo lists out all the methods available of buying Switch 2 game and asks your preferences for buying each. These include both physical game cartridge with full game included on it, as well as a physical cartridge that allows the download of a full digital game. In other words, the Switch 2's Game Key card. Here's the link to do it. Bottom line is this. They essentially have also asked you to buy this game at full price for nothing in your hand. It's the age-old fight we've been having, which in some cases, some companies are actually coming through right now and saying we're going to charge less for our digital copies. The age-old fight now. Why did you move everything to digital when claiming it would cost less but still charge us as much for as a physical copy? And now you're shortchanging us. If you're a Nintendo Switch 2 user, you're shortchanging these people who bought a physical copy, who were probably had it on their Switch or had plenty of Switch games, which they owned and once installed was there. But now they can't do that on the Switch 2 because of this change in practices. This is bad business. Though, while digital downloads has been great for ease of access, it's been terrible for ownership. And we face a time when there may be no physical copies. I believe that there will always be physical copies, but many believe that we're going to face a period of time or a period where it's going to be, oh, sorry, everything's digital. Some believe that the next round of consoles will be digital only. There will be no drive attached to these things. And if that happens, that changes a lot. That changes a lot. And it's a direction we shouldn't be going. Because we should own what we purchase indefinitely. Once you've paid your hard-earned money for something, you should have it whenever you want it. You should have it on physical, and you should be able to keep it digitally forever if you could trust them. Because the frightening, nightmarish idea with the whole everything is digital is what happens if with a limited hard drive space, you've deleted stuff, and one day you want to go back and get it again. What happens if the company who hosts the servers where the games are stored, what happens if they go away? That means the money you spent to own your product is gone. You no longer have access to the thing you purchased that should belong to you. This is why people push back against Ubisoft when they say, oh, you have to get used to not owning your games. No, we spend money on these things. They're ours. You made it. We gave you money in exchange for the product. We are the customer. Once upon a time, that was the deal. You make product, we pay for it, we own it. And if it's a good product, you make a lot of money. You make another one, we buy the second product too. That's how it works. At least that's how it used to work. And when you create this bad faith concept of we're selling you something physical, but it's not really there. You still need to download it. And if, God forbid, you one day delete it and want to come back and download it, and it may not be there at another time. So this is bad. And I hope that if you are a Switch 2 user and you hate this idea of being shortchanged on your physical games, I hope you go to that survey link and share your thoughts. And maybe, just maybe, Nintendo might listen to you. That would be nice, because Nintendo generally doesn't listen to anybody. All right, we're done with that one. There's another segment in the books. What happens when the payment processors flex their muscles? That's the other thing. The payment processor thing right now. That's another issue going on right now. We have yet to see how that fully plays out, and hopefully, there's a deep sea change, and customers will regain the control they always had, not to be manipulated or bullied by others. And at the same time, forces that should have nothing to do with the products being sold are cut out. I mean, I will say this. It's not a topic I'm covering. I will say this. Payment processors should have no say in anything. You are there as a bridge between money going from customer to company. That's it. That's your job. You get paid by companies to do that. You should have no power to say anything else. Plain and simple. Oh boy. Oh well. Okay, wow. Really is a small audience today. I guess it's a Monday. I forgive all of you, even though you're showing you don't love me. Well, we cannot delay it anymore. Let's get to the news. Let's get to the news today and see what we got. Go over it. Let me do a refresh because it has been half an hour since I loaded these pages up. Boop, bop, beep, yowza. Okay. All right. Let me line them all up right. Do it all famous style. If you haven't watched it, go check out Jed and I discussing Idiocracy on Saturday Night Drive-In. We had a good time with that one. Jed hadn't seen it. He did like it. It's good that Steam understands this concept of don't get rid of the games. It's really good. That's good. Well, here's the thing. I mean, the fact that Steam is the digital library. I mean, yes, there's Epic Games, yes, there's GOG, but Steam's the big dog. And if they set the trend, the precedent of maintaining games that are no longer being serviced, then that shows, okay, it's a good faith gesture. And I appreciate Steam doing that. That's a good thing. That is a good thing. All right, let's get into news. Music industry, don't care about music industry. Kevin Costner received Eva Monley Award at 12th annual whatever. Costner loves his awards for doing the shit he does. 2 killed, 6 injured in shooting at Hard Summer Festival after party in LA. Wow. LA is a nightmare. It really is. King of the Hill's back and ready to take on 2025 America. All right, so King of the Hill's back. It's out. I'm not going to watch it. I don't really care about King of the Hill. I've, of course, watched the original series when it was on syndication on Adult Swim back in the day. I'd leave it on. They would have like 2-3 episodes back to back. I'd watch it. I don't hate it, but it's not really my jam. Dermy likes it. Dermy's watching it, so I guess we'll go to Dermy for takes on whether or not it's good, because he really does love King of the Hill. Ebony Life CEO, I don't care. I'm not black. More music, don't care. American Ninja Warrior review for season 18 in NBC. Have you guys ever watched that shit, American Ninja Warrior? You ever watched that? I watched a little bit of that when I had terrestrial television a decade ago. It would be on. I got to say, some of the shit they do is pretty impressive. What always impressed me the most with American Ninja Warrior was the grip strength on some of these dudes. Like with the fingertip grip strength they would have to do on some of the obstacle course stuff, that amazed me. Because I know I don't have that kind of grip strength. But that's like with very little clawing their way across stuff, holding on. Like, man, that amazed me. You get all kinds of props for having the ability with like the tips of your fingers to hold on to that shit and scale it and get across it. That's crazy, dude. So those are some serious athletes on that shit. And I give them respect. They get respect. New York Post to launch Los Angeles daily newspaper to the California Post. Whatever. Amazon MGM Studios backed South Asian themed Tasphere Productions Lab launches first cohort. Sure, whatever. How Star Trek Strange New Worlds used a murder mystery to pay homage to Shatner, Roddenberry in the original series. We didn't have any adult supervision. You have no adult supervision in that for that show. That show's a nightmare. I've heard Brad complaining to me about it. This show's a nightmare. It's not a real Star Trek show. Now they're making a Kirk prequel show. I'm sure. I think we'll get to that. I think it's going to pop up on one of these here eventually. Let's keep going. TV news faces creator chaos as anchors chase digital dreams that bring big bucks or return little reward. Okay, this is the beautiful thing. Here you go. You have far left commie Marxist talking heads from CNN and MSNBC who think they're going to transition to the YouTube social media sphere and find an audience. No. Y'all are horrible people. Nobody watched you on terrestrial television. No one's going to watch you on YouTube. YouTube can push you as much as they want, and it's not going to happen. You'll find some audience, but nothing to feed your egos or financial needs. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Gangs of London star Sope Dirisu to lead All the Sinners Bleed series at Netflix. Okay, good luck on that. Paramount Stream president and CEO Tom Ryan to step down. Well, no, not step down. You were told to step down because Skydance probably said, guess what? You're fired. You're fired. You made Halo. You're fired. The Bad Guys 2 cast on revisiting their characters and director talks possible for movie. I didn't even know there was a Bad Guys 1. I didn't even know there was a Bad Guys 1. Damn furry movies. Don't know what that is. Looks Indian. I don't care. Chappelle Rowan is a man. Every time one of these comes up, I must remind you, Chappelle Rowan is a man. And anything he talks about is propaganda bullshit. So that's a man. We don't have to play their pronoun games anymore. Donald Trump, if Sydney Sweeney is a registered Republican, then I think her American Eagle jeans ad is fantastic. Yes. All right. So over the weekend, it was released that in Florida, there was a Sydney Sweeney that was registered Republican. And people were hesitant to say anything, but official reports from legitimate news sources say that that is her registration. So Sydney Sweeney is apparently a registered Republican in Florida. Does that make her even hotter to me? Yes. In the end, though, do I care? No, because I still believe and I don't want to know about anybody's personal lives. If by some miracle I became personally involved with Sydney Sweeney and she revealed this stuff to me in private, proving that we could get along as individuals and not have conflicting ideological views and therefore have a happy chance at a relationship, that would be great. But in the grand scheme of things, I don't want to know about people's personal preferences if they're celebrities, stars, personalities like that. Keep your private life your private life. The private life should not be dead. The private life should still be the private life. And what you do in your private life should not, as long as you're not doing despicable, horrible things to kids or other people, your private life should not affect your professional life. It shouldn't not have any influence on it. So, like I said, does it make her a little bit hotter to me? Yes. Should I know about it? No. I shouldn't know about it. I really shouldn't. I don't want to. But this means in my fantasies, I'll make little conservative babies with Sydney Sweeney. It'll be awesome. Chilean stars. I don't care about Chile. Hannah Jusic reclaims the figure of the witch debuts Gods Will Not Help trailer amid Croatia's troubling researches of patriarchal values. What? All hail the patriarchy. All I heard right there is all hail the patriarchy. Down with the matriarchy. All hail the patriarchy. Jeffrey Archer partners with India's Applause Entertainment for multi-format adaptations of Six Best Filming Works. I don't know who that is. Sentiment to Value Dreams Brides join Sarajevo Film Festival's open program. Don't care. More names I can't pronounce, so we're going to move on. Oh, it shifted on me. Okay, it means there's fresh news at the front. We'll go check that out in a second. Let's see. Anything important here? Some Korean stars dead. Best wishes to his family. Don't care about box office. Don't really care about Chinese box office. Don't care about that. Willem Dafoe to receive honorary heart of Sarajevo. I love Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe's a great actor. Fantastic. He was the one good thing in Death Note live action. The one good thing. I read all trash. So Willem Dafoe deserves praises because he's great. WWE wrestling themed Indian film Chatha Pacha secures global deal with plot, pictures, and release in 100 countries. Sure, if you're into WWE right now, maybe that'll be exciting to you. It's not exciting to me. The night I became a traitor and learned that murdering the faithful can be fun. That's like a bad translation of an anime title right there. You know, the super long anime titles. Go one more in. Park Chan Wook's No Other Choice. Don't care. Paramount leadership team takes shape with execs from Redbird, NBC, Universal. Yeah, so that links to what we talked about before. Skydance is now officially in charge of Paramount, and they're going to fire all the mooks who did a bad job. So let's go back to the front page. Let's go back to the front page, see if anything got updated over here. It did move on us. No, not really. All right. I don't care about Tony Romo. Hollywood Reporter. David Ellison sets his team. These are the people who will run New Paramount. Okay, we talked about that. George Cheek, Sidney Holland, Josh Greenstein, Dana Goldberg will all get new roles, joining Jeff Shell and Ellison in the C-suite. Best of luck to Skydance and New Paramount. I hope you can make Paramount great again. I hope you can continue to produce good stuff. Taylor Sheridan makes good shows. Keep letting him do stuff, but also with what you own, with deals you have, like with the Halo shit and stuff like that, make good adaptations of stuff when they come across your desk. Don't learn to talk to people who understand these things. Don't let another Halo happen, please. And for the love of God, for all that is holy, fire everybody involved in Kurtzman Trek. I really hope that because of the merger, there's some clause in the contracts that says we can now we can null and void everything from Kurtzman. We can null and void it. Kick him out. Because there's a rumor we're going to see in a couple seconds. I'm saving until we come across it because I did scan Park Place. There's a rumor. We're going to talk about that. So there's hope. There's hope. There's hope. Amazon breaks up Wondery podcast studio CEO Jen Starch departs. Whatever. I don't even know what's going on there. None of this matters. Let's move on to IGN. Silent Hill F is combat heavy because challenging action games are gaining popularity among younger players nowadays. Nothing wrong with a challenge. I love a challenge. We started playing Tainted Grail Fall of Avalon on the basically normal setting, and it was getting easy right away. So by the second session, we upped it to the next difficulty level. And of course, right now, I still have some difficulty when I reach something that is stronger than me, but it's difficult in its rights. And I'm over-leveled. I'm massively over-leveled for where I am in the game right now because it's me. What do you expect? But good for challenge. I love the idea of the challenges. No, this could be a good sign. The era of story mode, game journal mode is gone. And we're getting back to gamer difficulty levels. Give me the challenge. I want the challenge. Just weeks after Everwild cancellation, Microsoft celebrates Rare's 40th anniversary with a limited edition controller and a Sea of Thieves virtual hat. Sure. It doesn't affect me at all. On Baldur's Gate 3's 2-year anniversary, Sven Vinke says it's huge. Breakout success allowed Larian to do our next crazy thing. Best of luck to Larian. I will never have an interest in BG3. I have no desire to play that game, but best of luck in Larian to continue to make games that gamers want. I only want the best. F1 smashes global box office to become Brad Pitt's highest grossing film of all time, but it still won't make any money. It still won't make money, will not make profit, but it might not have been about profit in the end because Apple doesn't care about profit. They care about getting footholds. So we've had that discussion. Call of Duty quality assurance workers win first union contract with Microsoft after 3 years. Fuck unions. Fuck unions. Battlefield 6 SBMM in the firing line. Here's EA's plan for matchmaking. I got my question answered. All last week, I kept asking, does anybody care about Battlefield 6? Apparently, lots of people care about Battlefield 6. There's a lot of excitement for this game. I've heard enough conversations outside my little bubble to tell me that, yes, Battlefield 6 is desired, it's excited, and it seems EA is taking it seriously, and they're not going to dumb it down. They're not going to goof it up like COD. Margot Robbie may star in Tim Burton's Attack of the 50-Foot Woman remake. Yeah, that was from last week. I don't care. I'm not a big Margot Robbie fan. She's hot, but she doesn't rank in my all-time hot. So I don't really care. Fatal Fury Pro's dramatic reaction to losing at EVO 2025 goes viral, but it was actually 10 years in the making. Somebody got dethroned. Somebody, as good as you are, and there's going to come a point where somebody better will appear. I hate that. I like to be the best in everything I do, but there's always going to be somebody coming around to kick my ass. Nintendo's asking for your thoughts already. We talked about that already. Koei Tecmo celebrates Dynasty Warriors 25th anniversary with teaser announcements. I played a couple of Dynasty Warriors games. They're not really my thing. I prefer the Romance of the Three Kingdoms games. What's the point of Sky Oblivion? The fan-made recreation of the Elder Scrolls 6 Oblivion when Bethesda's official remaster already exists? The modders explain. I have no comment. It's outside of things that I'm interested in. Liam Neeson says Qui-Gon Jinn's death at the hands of Darth Maul in Star Wars Episode 1 Phantom Menace was a bit namby-pamby and unbefitting of a Jedi Master. Yeah, I saw his quote. And he says, who falls for the fake out? He also had an interesting comment he made. He was talking about when they were filming Phantom Menace, and he said during Phantom Menace, he learned that George doesn't like directing. He prefers the editing process over the direction. So George was a very fast on the direction. He's like, okay, do this. Okay, we're done. I'm going to go edit now. That's in the end, that's George Lucas's love is of editing, not so much directing, which probably meant he should have let other people direct the prequels. Probably should have let other people do it and left the editing to himself then, It says a lot. Buffy reboot behind the scenes video shows first look at Sarah Michelle Gellar alongside series new star. And I got to say, SMG, she still got it. Looking good there. But that show's going to be a disaster. It's going to be a disaster. Joss Whedon not writing it, going to fail. Miari Zoe from Madagascar revealed for Tekken 8 Armor King first look. I don't play Tekken games. I have no interest in that. Tom Holland rides top a tank in Spider-Man brand new day set photos. Yeah, the whole weekend was just one release after another of Tom Holland on the set. And I'll give them credit for trying to create early hype and excitement, but it's still Spider-Man and his amazing friends, or a bastardization of that type of thing, because it's not a Spider-Man movie. It's still filled with other characters. Why can't Spider-Man, Tom Holland Spider-Man, truly get his own movie without some other hero and this and that? And they're still bringing back Zendaya and all that shit. They're not gone. They're bringing them back. Let it go. Nobody likes fake Mary Jane. Nintendo issues Switch 2 heat warning as temperatures rise. Okay. If you're in your home, that's is that when you're out or you have it in the dock? I don't know. That's a little tells me the maybe the hardware isn't as good as it should be. Celebrate developer drops update 1.3. Here's what's new. Cool. Well, they're still putting out Celebrate stuff. I haven't played it since my original playthrough. I liked it, but not enough to keep replaying it. But I have my New Game Plus whenever I want it. It's I got the files. I can reinstall it because I've got my physical copy. Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls PS5 closed beta ends 2 days before 2XKO's closed beta starts. Yeah, I saw footage of this Marvel fighting game all over X over the weekend. Looks like it has good art, good animation. Looks like any other fighting game. Looks fine. Not my thing, but looks fine. Amid rumors of delay, Nintendo recommits to Metroid Prime 4 Beyond launch in 2025. Well, I hope it does well. Nothing wrong with a good Metroid game. Sega's Virtua Fighter 6 continues to look amazing in new gameplay trailer. Good luck, Virtua Fighter. I haven't heard about that game in like 20 years. I guess there's this number 6. They made 5 more. Wow, okay, 4 more after the first one. Guilty Gear Strive Lucy from Cyberpunk Edge Runners has a gameplay trailer and a release date. More DLC characters teased. Sure. Again, these are games I don't play, so I have no real opinion. I'm sorry. Invincible vs. Omni-Man first look gameplay released. Yeah, there's the Invincible fighting game. Again, another fighting game, don't care. Yeah, we talked about Fantastic Four flopping. Nintendo raised the Switch on price. That's from last week. Okay, so now we're into the other day. All right, there we go. All right, Park Place. Weekend box office. We talked about that yesterday. Influencers and Full Meltdown as Fantastic Four first has box office plummets in second week flop. We already talked about that today. I've already talked about that. John Praise, City Sweeney, already talked about that. Universal Orlando begins Halloween Horror Nights transformation as scare zones and haunted houses take shape. I'm not into that stuff. If you are, have your fun. Not my deal. More haunting stuff. MasterCard hit with X-Community note on post claiming not censoring game content. Again, they should have no say whatsoever. But that whole topic is for other people to discuss and break down. The flop, a rumor. Star Trek Starfleet Academy Season 2 canceled before Season 1 premiere amid massive dislike ratio. I would attribute this to Skydance coming in, sitting down and going, wow, people hate Kurtzman Trek. Canceled. Everything you're doing is canceled. You're done. You're over. Somebody call Terry Metalis. He's done making Vision Quest. Let's get him back here and give him the reins of Star Trek. How about that? How about that? How about we do that and completely once and for all annihilate the STD influence timeline, all that shit. Let's get rid of it. So if this is true, hilarious. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not going to review Starfleet Academy Season 1. You guys, if you're watching Roundtable yesterday, I already told Jed he's watching it, and we're going to do a panel. We'll see if anybody else wants to join that. Brad, we're looking at you. And yeah, we're going to rip this show apart. We're going to piss on it, shit on it, dance on its grave. And so if it's canceled before, that's great, but let's actually see why it was canceled, how bad it is. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. This might be the last Kurtzman Trek we ever get. Glory, let that be true. Let it end. And maybe, just maybe, we can save Star Trek. Maybe. All right, now we're into the other day. So there we go. Them's the news, and I'm sticking to it. So you guys know the game. $15 if you want me to react to anything specifically that I just touched on there. All right, so all right, it's a slow day. I admit it, it's a slow day. I'm not important enough. To have people come around and spend their time with me. You watch it on the replay. I get it. You don't love me enough. Anyway, all right, I got one more thing then for myself. Let's check Stream Elements. Do we have anything here? Nope, nothing there. All right, I got one more thing. I want to react to this. This looks cool. So we're going over to Niche Gamer. I like Niche Gamer. Niche Gamer is a good website. They just give you the facts. They don't give you too much opinion unless it's a review. So I'm having fun with Tainted Grail Fall of Avalon. I'm enjoying it. And it's reminding me that I do have a desire to play these types of action RPGs where you start with nothing and slowly build yourself up. You scrounge around, you dungeon crawl, you find gear, you slap together your awkward gear combinations, you find weapons that'll work for your situations, you get crafting recipes, this and that. You carve out a path for yourself. I forgot how much I like those games because in the end, because I'm not a fan of Elder Scrolls or that world, I don't enjoy those games. I don't enjoy them. Even though they provide that, I don't enjoy those games. But I'm really enjoying Tainted Grail Fall of Avalon. So when I was going through Niche Gamer the other day, I came across this right here. Fate Keeper. THQ Nordic announces new fantasy action RPG Fate Keeper. Right away. That's some dark looking shit right there. I'm already interested because these games are best like that. Publisher THQ Nordic and developer Paraglacial have announced Fate Keeper, a new fantasy action RPG. Fate Keeper's development for Windows PC via Steam and early access launch set for sometime this winter. Okay, so right now, unfortunately, I am pushed out of being able to play this because the old girl, she can't handle it. I would need a new gaming PC to do that, but that doesn't mean I wouldn't be able to play it in the future. So it's something that I would hopefully eventually get to play, but right away, I'm interested. It would have to be something on my to-do, on my wish list for a better game, but I want to play it. So let's leave this. Here's a rundown of the game, plus a reveal trailers. We're going to watch that trailer. Venture into a handcrafted world where ruins whisper of past cataclysms. Master the art of the sword and sorcery and forge your path with relics, spells, and choices that shape who you become in this first-person RPG. Now, of course, it's first person. I am not the biggest fan of that, but Tainted Grail gave me an over-the-shoulder, so I think these guys would understand. Let's give people over-the-shoulder. Let's give them over-the-shoulder. Over-the-shoulder, good. I like to see what's going on. But it wouldn't stop me from playing it. I'm still interested. Features. A handcrafted world. While Fate Keeper follows a focused narrative path, the world invites exploration. From ancient battlegrounds to vast underground caverns and serene forests to crumbling sanctuaries forgotten by time, each area rewards curiosity with hidden lore, forgotten relics, and, unexpected encounters. Melee and magic. Hang on, hiccups. Talking too fast. Melee and magic. Battle a wide variety of foes, each with distinct patterns, strengths, and weaknesses. Success demands both skill and preparation. Engage in reactive melee combat, unleash spells with precision, and adapt your tactics on the fly. Your build matters, but so does how you wield it. Progression. Fate Keeper offers a rich progression mechanics that go far beyond surface level stats. Build and refine your character with meaningful choices across combat styles, attributes, and spell schools. Whether you lean into raw strength, nimble precision, or devastating sorcery, the game supports a wide range of viable, unique builds, which makes me happy because I'm not a spell flinger, I'm not a spell hurler in these games. I'm a melee guy. I like my melees. I enjoy my melee stuff. Armor and weapons. Discover, loot, and master a wide variety of weapons, armor, and artifacts. Customize your loadout to suit your playstyle and experiment with powerful combinations to overcome increasingly challenging enemies. Every item matters, and the right gear can be the difference between victory and ruin. Okay, so that tells me they're going to want you to have different loadouts of gear. That tells me something. That interests me. Break me out of my comfort zone. Make me wear something light armor for a change. So I'm interested. I like this. I like the sound of this. So here's the trailer. Let's check out the trailer. Let's watch the trailer. 3-minute trailer. We'll be here for a bit. All right, let's do this.
Oh,
we're getting other language here. Getting other languages. Okay.
Santo Kakoranshipa.
I like the. I mean, yeah. This is a cutscene. It's a cinematic, but it's good. I like it. It looks good.
Sentu nema kun. Kitoma. Uchi kitoma. Labok. Jong fan kurabakut. Oh, tankre.
Ooh.
Utakarun shoklitantifa. Sentakan paraton. Oh, to Makumba.
And then you came. Druids, you call yourselves. We're druids. Okay. Okay, all right, here we go. Good. We're getting gameplay footage. Look at this. This looks good. I like this. Now, if it's only first person, I'll live with it. I hope there's an over-the-shoulder third person perspective. But I like that. Look, this looks good. Look at the detail on that weapon. Hold on a second. Let's check out the detail on that sword and this armor here. Hang on a second. Look at that detail on that sword. Here's one thing I respect. Here's something I look for in a game like this. I'm looking for, have you put in detail to your weapons and armor? Are you taking the time to make this shit look cool? That's a cool looking sword. That's got a lot of detail. That shows me, to me, they're taking the gear look seriously. I like it when you take how your gear looks, not just, oh, here's generic sword, doesn't matter. You're just hacking and slashing anyway. No, I want my weapons to look cool. So I appreciate attention to detail in gear. A little magic there. All right. All right, now this is clear. I'm saying this is in-game footage. This looks like in-game footage. Looking good. Good visuals. Good visuals. That looks really good. That looks really good. All right, we got puzzles. I'm okay with puzzles. Challenge me. Make me think. This looks really nice. Oh, beasties. Give me good-looking beasties. I love a good-looking beastie to fight. Ooh. That's nasty looking, and I love it. That's good. Oh, yeah. All right. Dodge. All right. We're coding our weapons, and it's got a good coding animation. I like that. Ooh, that's nice. Look at that. That's a good detail right there. Look at that. Cutting the head off the dragon, and not just killing it, you're cutting its head off of the beastie. I like that. Attention to detail. Looks like this game looks like it has a lot of love and care to making this feel alive as you're playing it. Yeah, look at that. I am digging this, man. I'm digging this. Look at that's literal battle damage. That's super enemy battle damage. You don't get a lot of that in games these days. You don't. This is good.
Utan katoanshi. Utan veta kipa.
Fate Keeper, early access, PC. So, man, this is a game that once it's out, and if it looks like it looks really good. I like the look of this. Once it's out, and if it sounds like it's a winner, man, once I have a good gaming PC, I'd be all over streaming this game. Woo! I would love to play it. Now, of course, if it was console, boom, I'd be all over it immediately. Is that it? Is that it? Nothing else? Okay, it's just that same thing. All right. That's flipping cool. This game looks really, really cool. I like the look of this game. I got that itch to play these games where I gotta build up myself and I gotta scrounge. I got that, and Tainted Grail's scratching itch right now, but I won't be able to have it forever. So, that's a good question, Kel. Will it be casual bad damage or execution system? That right there, that finishing blow on that ogre type monster, that looked like a finishing blow. Same when you cut the head off, that looked like a drake of some sorts, a lesser dragon maybe. That looked like maybe a finishing blow. If they can, if that's incorporated in there, that's very cool. That it adds to the ambiance. It adds to the what is it? The experience, the immersion. That's what the immersion. So I see this. This game looks like it's going to have a really good immersion to it with everything we saw in that trailer there. And that was see, this is how you sell somebody on a game. Give us gameplay in the trailer. Don't just show us goddamn cinematics. Give us gameplay. Make us excited by seeing how the game is going to look and feel. I'm excited. This looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. And I hope that the early access is good in the winter. And I hope that hopefully if the channel's doing well, once I've moved and the channel continues to do well, I can buy a new computer purely for gaming and then have that set up to play games and stream games like this. That excites me. This excites me. I love feeling excited. And THQ Nordic, are they? I think they're only AA. I don't think they're AAA. I think they're AA. But this shows you where the action, the enthusiasm, and the hunger is. You don't see the AAAs putting out a game that looks like this right now. You don't. You don't. This looks like a fun, in-your-face, dark, gritty action RPG. And I can't wait. I'm excited for this game. Looks fun. Looks like a lot of fun. All right. There we go. That's it. I am now out of segments. I have talked about everything I want to talk about. Hiccup Lord. I talk quickly. It's my old New Yorkese. I talk quickly, and it results in the hiccups. I can't help it. But at least I'm not a ginger like you, and I have a soul. Okay, Kratos El Grados for $30. Watch and review The Disaster Artist. After watching, you might want to look into some of their career history on IMDb. All right, well, so we'll do that as a bonus to that. So, all right, so Kratos for $30. Right now, due to the current schedule and everything we got, I feel like that's a Thursday thing. I feel like Wednesday is the first chance I'll have to sit down and watch a movie. So, Kratos, I know you're catching up. I see you're catching up. Thursday review. How's that sound? Thursday review. And we'll let me see if I can find it first. Give me 1 second here. Let me make sure I can find it. Make sure I can get it in my ways. The Disaster. Yep, there it is. Okay, yep. All right, I can get it. No problem. I can find it. Not an issue. All right, so Thursday. All right, because tonight we've got anime. We've got Mellow Mondays tonight. Tomorrow we've got 2 gaming streams in addition to Double D's. We've got the House Flipper stream, which will start probably around 7 o'clock for the first 30 minutes, and we'll see if you guys extend that after that. And then we've got the regularly scheduled Tate the Grail stream that I want to do for regular gaming tomorrow night. And then Wednesday is Warhammer Wednesdays, where we're playing Space Marine 2. Alf's got his internet back, so we're playing Space Marine 2 on Wednesday. So I feel like I don't have time to watch. Earliest I can watch the movie is Wednesday night at some point, and then do the review for Thursday. So I feel like that's when we're going to get this done. Wait, Seth Rogen's in it? Oh no. Oh no, Seth Rogen? I hate Seth Rogen. Wow. That's terrible. That's just terrible. All right, so it looks like we got the week all set up. And a reminder, Legatus just posted it in the chat. If you haven't done so, head on over to my community tab. Submit your suggestion for this quarter's Chat Choice movies for Saturday Night Drive-In. This week on Drive-In, we are watching for Drive-In, because some people might get confused if they're coming in new to the channel. We don't actually watch the movies on Drive-In. We discuss the movies. We review the movies. For this week, we're watching John Carter. John Carter, a good movie that suffered from one of the worst marketing campaigns in Disney history. Terrible. Good cast, good, well written, good choreography, good special effects. It was a fun movie based on a respected series of books, which one day I always want to read. I never get around to it. We'll do it one day. Anyway, all right. So with that, it seems I know Kratos is catching up, and I would love his commentary on this, but I've got nothing left. I've done all my segments today. So I'm gonna have to end the show. I'm gonna have to end the show and get on with my day. I've got house chores, I've got food, I've got pointless things to do. No, I've got other videos to edit up for stuff from the weekend. So thank you everybody for joining me today on this daily dive. I hope you had a good time. One of the best ways, most easiest ways to show how much you enjoyed it is to hit that like button. Hit that like button. Leave comments, keep talking up in the chat. That's how it works. Show YouTube you care. Show them that they shouldn't be taking away my subs for no reason. All right, guys. I'll catch you guys later tonight on Mellow Mondays and other things. So until then, guys, take it easy.